What's something that you found very helpful in trying to get past grief? Like, what's one of the big strategies or big things that you feel like helped you not get over the hump, but get through some more difficult times in life?
Um, I say confess it. It kind of goes in line with what we've been talking about with triggers. I think, one of the most important things that I've learned over the years is like you actually have to talk to somebody. You know what I mean? Like you have to, and it's really hard as a man because, like again, like we taught, man, you just get through it. We're not taught to verbalize how we feel, regardless. That's grief. That's, losing a job, losing a spouse, or whatever. We're taught just to just move past it. And what I've learned is, and I'll go through these spells. My mom died over 30 years ago. You know what I mean? 30 years ago. And so I always say, like, there's not a moment that I don't feel her presence, right? But I have to also ask people about who she was, because I'm getting to a space now where I don't even know that I remember I was 8, you know what I mean? So I'm like, can y'all tell me what was going on during this time, and then taking that data and like really thinking about how I can apply what she gave me to my current life. And I think that works for anybody. My first step after don't suppress it is like, you got to confess it. You got to confess, I feel hurt. I am devastated. You know what I mean? Like, and you have to communicate that with the people around you. Like, I'll go home with my wife, and I'm learning to do that today, and be like, I do not want to talk
Yep.
because I feel abandoned. You know what I mean? And she's like, abandoned? And I'm like, you don't know what it feels like because the mother figure, if you don't know, like that for a boy especially, the mother figure, the mother and the boy, the mama's boy, like that's just the layman's term of the boy will always be connected with his mom forever. You know what I'm saying? Like that's if she's here or not. So I have a sense of abandonment in my heart that like my relationships, I'm like, ooh, you just abandoned me. You know what I mean? Like you just left me out here by myself, because I really feel like at one point God had kind of left me out here by myself. And so I had to really think about confessing that with God first. Like, God, I actually had a problem with you. And most people, spiritual people, well, I wouldn't say spiritual, I'll say religious people, don't think you should have a problem with God. And so I feel like if Jesus had an issue, not an issue, but he was kind of talking to God like, man, is there another way do I have to go to the cross? Do I have to take, and if you're not a Christian, it's still the same. Like whatever you anchor your soul in, I think if you have an issue with that, you got to talk about it,
Yep.
to somebody, or else everybody that you see, you're gonna look through that lens of abandonment or that lens of, attack or whatever it is that you weren't able to confess. So that's kind of my stance on, another, I guess, tool that kind of helped me get to where I am.